Hello everyone, I am Stephen Llewellyn, and I will be doing a review for Bara on the Zhizhu 5500 DPI optical gaming mouse. This mouse is $13 on Amazon.com, and the link is below in the description, and I will be comparing it to my Razer DeathAdder 2013, and I must say, this mouse has some pretty great characteristics, and if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, don't hesitate to email me at stephenllewan2@gmail.com, and my email will be down below in the description as well, and I will respond in a few days. Now, let's go ahead and get started in this review. Now, first off, I would like to apologize to all of you guys for the pictures here, and it's not an actual unboxing, but I do have pictures of the box because Bara went a little bit crazy on it, and he didn't give me the box to use as my for my review. But you'll see the pictures here. If you guys want to read anything, or if you want to look at it, you can pause the video here, and you can look at them, how the mouse fits on my hand, or what the mouse looks like in general. Although you will see some other pictures of the mouse later on here. Yeah, here we go. We're going to go and get this review started. There's some videos in this. It's not all pictures, so if you guys bear with me. We're going to go and get started here, and later on I will be comparing this mouse with my Razer DeathAdder 2013, if you guys would like to stick around for that. It'll be towards the end of the video. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and start off with what I liked about the mouse. I really liked the ergonomics, how it felt in my hand. It felt really natural. And I didn't really have to get used to it, although it did take a little bit of getting used to, but I mean, it felt very similar to my DeathAdder. It didn't really cramp on my hand or anything. I also really liked how you can change the DPI on the fly, so if you're just coming from your gaming or whatever, you can quickly switch it to a higher DPI or lower DPI within a few seconds if you want to do that. Personally, I like to keep mine all at the same DPI, but if you like to do that, you can change it on the fly easily. And it's also compatible with both Windows and Mac. I were on Windows, and I made this with Windows Movie Maker using the mouse. And Bara uses Mac, and he uses it for Counter-Strike and all that stuff. So he's tested the mouse as well, and he gave it a very positive review too. So it works on both. I can validate that, although some people have not been able to test that. We have. So there you go. It works with both of those. It changes colors, and looks really nice. That's another plus to the mouse. And it has plug and play, so you can pretty much plug it in, and I have a little video here in a second where you guys will see that it you can plug the mouse in, and within a second it's already ready to use. Now here I'm going to go ahead and expand a little bit on this. The ergonomics, it has fantastic ergonomics, and it only takes a few days to get used to, if that. That was maximum, I think, for a few people using it. It is very easy to get used to, and it feels great. I really can't emphasize that enough. I mean, they did a perfect job on that. Although I'll go into my complaints in a second here, or what I didn't like, and they're not really that bad, so this mouse is actually really good. So it has a natural feel. It felt great on my hand, and I really enjoyed using it, and it didn't give me any cramps or pains afterwards, which I sometimes get with my DeathAdder, where I'll have like a little pain in my wrist, and some things like that. It has DPI changes on the fly. It's useful if you don't want to go through the hassle of changing your DPI in the mouse settings or anything. As my DeathAdder, I have to do that sometimes through Razer Synapse. It also has compatible with both Windows and Mac. I don't really have to elaborate that much on that feature because it's pretty simple. Although I have noticed that when I booted up Counter-Strike with the mouse plugged in, I had mouse acceleration turned off with my DeathAdder, and I plugged in the Zhizhu mouse, and it was turned on. So you guys will have to check that in your game settings if you guys are concerned with your mouse acceleration. Now, it changes colors, and the aesthetics of the mouse are very nice. It looks really good compared to other budget gaming mice, and it changes colors, which is also a really big plus. I really do like the color changing feature. You guys have probably just seen that. There's some videos in here where I have you can see the mouse changing colors, and it looks really nice. I mean, it flows very well. I don't really know how to explain that. It flows when it changes colors. It doesn't like kind of have like almost like a glitchy movement, which you'll see my DeathAdder has that in the videos, but in reality, it's very smooth changing colors as well. Does it change colors? It's a screen. I also like the plug and play. The mouse only takes a second from the time you plug it in and from the time it's ready to use, which is great if you don't want to have to worry about the software or installing drivers or anything. Which the first time I did plug this in, it took about a minute for it to get all set up and everything, and I was kind of worried that I broke it or that it wasn't working, but that was not the case, and it worked very well after it took that first minute to plug it in and everything. To be honest with you guys, my dislikes for this mouse were not I didn't really have that many. I mean, there was only a few small things that I didn't really like about it. Overall, because it was a budget gaming mouse, I did take that into consideration, and overall, I thought it was a very good mouse. So when you hear what I'm saying, what I'm going to say here about the dislikes and everything, you got to take that with a grain of salt because I mean it is a very cheap budget gaming mouse, and you may not be getting that cheap feel. I mean, it feels actually it feels like a $30 mouse to be honest, or $40 mouse. So here we go. The weight feels a little bit too light, but it's a small personal preference for me. I kind of like my mice to be a little bit heavier, and my Death Adder is a tiny bit heavier than that, so I kind of like that little bit more weight in there. And then the side button feel for a $13 gaming mouse, the side button does get the job done, but it does feel a little bit cheap. So they work, they do work well, but compared to like my Death Adder and everything, you know, they feel a little bit um, just a little bit plasticky, you know, a little bit cheaper when compared to those higher end gaming mice. But obviously, I mean, it's a budget gaming mouse, so it's not going to be terrible. I mean, I can live with that, especially for a $13 mouse. Now here, I do have the lack of software. The plug-and-play feature is a double-bladed sword, you know, because I would like to have the option of using the software to adjust my DPI, to set the mouse to one color, etc. But I mean, overall, it's not a problem. I mean, it's the not having the software and everything. That's, you know, some people like to have the software. I like having the software, but I also like having that DPI on the fly thing where you can kind of change it easily like that, or the plug-and-play feature, which would be kind of nice if they did have that little bit of software. But I'm sure that they have those software out there where you can do that with, like I believe it's MouseX that people have recommended, if you would like to adjust the DPI and things in the settings for that. So all things considered, I would like to give this mouse a 7 out of 10 score, which is a buy, of course. I really actually enjoyed using this mouse, and it was not too bad compared to my Death Adder. For the price point, this is what I wrote here. For the price point, this mouse is fantastic, a great budget gaming mouse when it is compared to other gaming mice, and it is precise and works phenomenally when compared to higher tier gaming mice. It has a great look and gets the job done for under $15. And then below you guys will see the links on Amazon and my email address if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns. And I believe right here we're going to be having just a little bit of gameplay here for me using the mouse. I have noticed it's very precise and everything, and I have really no complaints about the performance of the mouse yet. Hopefully later on I will be able to do a little review down the road if I have any complaints then. Maybe I've started to develop something, or not like these or anything. But if I just start to feel differently towards this mouse, maybe I'll give it a higher review or something. I don't know. But I don't expect it to last very long. But if it does, I mean, that could be a larger plus. It might boost its score as well, because for $13, you're not expecting that long-lasting mouse like my Death Adder 2013, which, yeah, it's Death Adder 2013, so it's been around for about a year and a half now that I've had that. And it still works very well. All the lights work. Everything works on that. So it'd be interesting to see how this Zhizhu gaming mouse does perform later on down the road. And now you guys will see the gameplay here. Now you guys probably noticed by now that I kind of move my hand a little bit with a little twitch there every once in a while. That's because this was the first 30 minutes with me using this mouse, so I still wasn't quite used to it yet. It does take about a day or so for me to get used to these new mice, and this one certainly took me a little bit of time to get used to. But it wasn't that bad. It was only like a day that it took me to really get used to the mouse, and to make it feel like my Death Adder that I use constantly. And sorry, that was a little flick of my hand there. I was still, 30 minutes in. And now you guys are going to see a few pictures of the mouse when I first got it. These are pictures where you guys can kind of see the dimensions and everything. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. And hopefully we'll be able to get out that video later. And you guys will be able to see that, how it's performing later on.